Skip Bayless decided to say some things that were more than insensitive in my opinion. But I'm going to do this. Let me first provide the context of Shannon Sharpe, who tried to help Skip, in my opinion, and then this happened. Here it is.
Good to see you, Shannon. I understand you have something you want to share this morning.
Good morning, yes.
Good morning.
There's been a lot of speculation of why I wasn't on air yesterday, and I won't get into speculation or conjecture or innuendo, but I will say this. In watching that game on Monday night, what happened to Damar Hamlin struck me a little different. As a brotherhood in the NFL, when injuries happen, when we know injuries are a part of the game, I've seen guys suffer ACLs and Achilles tear, but I've never seen anybody have to be revived and fight for their life on the field. So it struck me a little differently because I remember seeing my brother paralyzed on the field temporarily, and he was able to regain focus. Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down, but I didn't want it.
Well, time out. I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me finish.
All right, okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead, let's go, Jen.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me. Well, you could have came back, Skip.
Well, I thought,
Skip, just let.
I didn't know you were going to bring up
No,
this.
I was just going to say, Skip, I didn't want to yesterday to get into a situation where Damar Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet. That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting.
Okay. I was under the impression you weren't going to bring this up because nobody here had a problem with that tweet.
No. Clearly, the bosses wanted you to offer explanation. So clearly, somebody.
No, they did not have. Nobody.
Let's go, Jen.
Thoughts and prayers remain with Damar Hamlin.
That's where the focus should have been.
Skip done lost his damn mind. Now, I've heard Skip go back and forth with Shannon for a long time. Sometimes Skip will even see the light, change his mind, and openly say so. So let's be very clear about what Skip did. While a young 24-year-old black male was damn near dying in front of the world, Skip was concerned about the season, the NFL, the game, the sport, not the life, not the health of the individual. Damn it, Skip, if it's not in you, you could have at least faked it. The level of insensitivity is so extreme. I don't understand how Skip doesn't get it. I really don't. It was more than inappropriate. Many tried to help Skip see the light. Look at the social media thread. Shannon tried to help Skip see the light. I'm going to try to help him see the light. Now, Skip went on air the day before to offer an apology. Shannon was not there. And well, judge for yourself. Do you think this was an apology? Here it is.
Allow me to say up front that I apologize for what we're going to set out to do here today if it offends anyone, because we're going to try to do the show pretty much as we usually do the show. But I'll admit up front, I'm still shook up by what happened last night to Damar Hamlin. In fact, I'm still wrecked. In fact, I'm not sure I'm capable of doing this show today. But after barely sleeping on it, I decided to give it a try. Maybe I'll fail, maybe we will fail, but we're going to try. We wrestled through much of the night whether to even do a show today because it felt like in our minds, we almost can't win with this.
What kind of apology is that? That made me, okay, so first I was offended. Now I'm just mad at him. I no longer respect him. He says he's apologizing for, and I quote, what we're going to set out to do today. That's what he said he apologizes for. What we're going to set out to do today. And what's all of this we and our, Skip? It's you and yours. There's no we and our, and we struggled with this. And then you want me to feel bad about the fact you didn't sleep last night. What kind of apology are you submitting? Sir, I submit to you, your time is done. Your time is done. I'm going to say something else, and you may say it's insensitive. You've been broadcasting, Skip, for 40 years. You have never in your life played professional football. You have never in your life played collegiate football. As a matter of fact, the only time people will watch anything you're a part of is when you have a black face sitting across from you. You have never been able to really hold down an actual relative show that's interesting. You need that interaction. If Shannon was not part of the program, sir, let's be clear. Here's how it struck me. And I'm going to provide some context that I think has been missed in this. Before I do that, let me highlight what the Buffalo Bills tweeted about the young Mr. Hamlin. Per the physicians caring for Damar Hamlin at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, Damar has shown remarkable improvement over the past 24 hours while still critically ill. He has demonstrated that he appears to be neurologically intact. His lungs continue to heal, and he is making steady progress. We are grateful for the love and support we have received. That is an appropriate statement from the team. Now, when this first happened, I had a different context. I had a historical context connected to some things I've studied in the past. You know, when Skip said what he said, I thought to myself, wow, this man could die. He's not concerned about the life of the young individual in front of him. He's not concerned about what the family is experiencing in this moment. He's concerned about this somehow messing up the season. You know, during the era of slavery in America, they would create a game, so to speak, a perverted and twisted game. And they would make enslaved Africans fight each other. And those white slave masters did not care about the health or well-being of the African they purchased, only to the extent of their ability to play the game, to fight in these battles. They were forced to do this. This is in face2faceafrica.com. The headline reads, how enslaved blacks beating each other to near death was a great source of entertainment and cash for white plantation owners. Now, I know some people are going to push back on me and say, oh my goodness, you're comparing Skip to a plantation owner, a plantation master, or slave master. I'm comparing the variables that struck me. When you can have a human being who could be dying right in front of you, when you can devalue that life for the sake of competition, when you are willing to disregard that black body that has a family, that has a community, when you're willing to publicly say, I don't give a damn about what he's going through. I don't give a damn about his health. I give a damn about this game. Tell me why the shoe doesn't fit. Why would the shoe not fit? All right, just the thoughts here.
Yeah, first of all, shout out to Damar Hamlin. We're all very happy to hear that he's recovering. But honestly, when I first read the tweet from Skip Bayless, I did wonder if he just worded it really, really badly. Was he making a point that the stakes of the game were still important despite what happened to Damar? Or was he trying to say the opposite, that the game comes second to the health of the players? But then he kind of doubled down on the tweet while attempting to clarify his point. If you're that bad at tweeting, just hire a tweet writer. And on top of that, I know it's his job to commentate, but it's important to know when not to offer your thoughts or perspective. It's important to know when you should probably just take a pause before speaking out. I think this is one of the problems with our social media and media culture. There's more of an incentive to speak and less of an incentive to listen, which is kind of what we saw in his interaction with Shannon on the show. There's like a compulsive need to create content and maintain relevancy, but this really should have been a moment of silence for Skip. The more he speaks, he's not making it any better. Whether or not it was his intention to, he somehow managed to make a player's very scary and life-threatening situation all about himself. Not only that, but he's failing to recognize the grief and fear that football fans across the entire country are feeling right now. I think we need to keep this story about Damar, and Skip needs to just be quiet for a little bit.
Yeah, and let me remind the NFL owners, you own the team, you do not own the players.